Today's daily puzzle is all about not leaping at the first pattern that may jump out at you and being able to resurface and be like, okay, what else is there? What do I mean by that? Well, the king and the queen here are in forking distance of a knight. So knight f4 is a really tempting move. And after the king moves away, we capture the queen, and that feels great. But doing a material count, meaning before we jump into fork town, what's the story here? Well, the queen is threatening mate, so I'm a little bit worried about that, of course. If black were to move, the game's over. But if we look at the material count, notice black has an extra rook and a dangerous passed pawn, only 2 squares away from promoting. So we're down a bit of material here, and that's worth keeping in mind. So even though we're winning some material with this fork, after the rook recaptures, there's still plenty of play left in the game. The pawn is ready to, march down the board, threaten to promote. And if we try to do like a double attack here, forking the king and the bishop, well, here, a double attack is well met by a double defense. Now the knight shields the king and defends the bishop at the same time. So it turns out this is far from clear, and black may actually be the one playing for the win. Black has more pieces to work with here. This dangerous passed pawn is a problem, and notice our bishop shielding the king, doing something important. It's pretty passive. It's blocked, not doing a lot. Okay, so this really isn't working out in our favor. So it's good to keep the forking idea in mind, but we also have to be able to resurface or zoom out and say, hey, what else is going on? I wrote an article recently on how to solve the daily puzzle, and one thing I talk about is drawing a checkmate box, meaning where are the legal squares for that king? I could actually make the king blue, meaning it's not in check right now, and I could also make this square blue. That's a legal move. But notice that our queen here is completely cutting off the king, guarding all these squares. The queen is also slicing through the dark squares, and the pawn here is guarding e5. And of course, the knight is in the way of the king. So those 2 blue squares, those are the only legal moves for the king. And so if we can turn these blue squares red, well, then you've completed your checkmate box. So is there a way to do that? Is there a way to deliver mate? And sure enough, notice those squares are in attacking distance of the knight. So rather than knight f4, we're going to forgo the fork and play mate in 1, knight g5, winning the game on the spot. Well, that's it for now. This is National Master Dane Matson. Thanks for